Let me know if my mic is too loud or anything. I can lower it.
Uh, oh, you are perfectly fine. It says stream paused. It shouldn't have
All
paused the
right.
stream. Tell me when you can see again. Wrong Zen.
Cannot see it still.
Okay, oh,
You
let's.
need to like share your whole screen, not just the
I
application.
actually thought I had shared my whole screen, not the application there, but oh, screens. There we go. That's gonna work better. Okay, that's a funny looking Zen right there.
Yeah, that's Zen and Overwatch too.
In Overwatch 2, yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. So do you have any before we go too deep into this, do you have any like immediate questions before we see anything you want cleared up? We'll also do this at the end, but I just want to know, is there anything going into this where you're like, "Hey, I really think my positioning is the biggest thing holding me back," or anything like I really don't understand the Zen Tracer matchup or anything like that you want me to tackle to help ground this better?
My positioning is definitely not amazing. It's not
Okay.
like the worst thing in the world. I mean, I play a lot of Mori, so it's kind of like a get out of jail free card with
Oh
them. You
yeah,
know what
that
I mean?
fade. That fade.
So, so I wouldn't say it's at the level of like bronze. I would hope not.
Okay. Okay.
I
Um,
would hope I'm not a bronze positioner.
then let's just see how it goes a bit.
But sometimes it is objectively very bad. Sometimes everything I do is objectively very bad.
Consistency is a skill. You get there by building the right habits.
Yeah, for real. Like sometimes on Widowmaker, I play it every once in a while, and sometimes I'm like just really good, and then other times I'm like bronze.
Okay,
I just
okay. Feels like my Widowmaker, but hey, not my hero. Okay, so this was good. You peaked with the 5 orb there. Don't get left behind by your team. Okay.
By the way,
Yes.
I can't hear the game. I don't know if that's intentional. I'm just letting you
Nope,
know.
that's not intentional. Let's try this one more time because in the past it worked.
I think actually to get the sound, you need to share a specific application. So
Okay, then we'll go back to sharing a specific application. We just won't have any Epic Pen to help us in that case. Okay.
RIP Epic.
It was nice knowing you, Epic Pen. Okay. Um, okay, and you can see just okay? Or as soon as I get back to the right Zen? Our worst Zen?
Anna's doing a hybrid there.
Okay, so I want you to tell me what are you. Is there anyone on the other team you're specifically worried about? Like, how does your positioning change based on the matchup you're in? What are you looking to do here?
Well, since they got a Hanzo, you kind of got to be wary of that angle since he can one shot me. You know,
Mm-hmm.
any like yeah. So just like kind of be wary of him and play around that. Um, try to stay near somebody or like I mean that's like what you want to do always I guess, but like my other support or like just my tanks in general because they have a ball and they might try to come kill me. Some balls do that, wreak havoc in the
Do they have a
backline.
ball?
Are we team? Wait,
Yes. So when you're
are we
using
team one
the
or team two? What? Oh,
so
I'm an
it's
idiot.
yeah, it's all
I'm the
good.
worst player alive. Okay, I'm just
It's
dumb.
okay.
Okay.
It's okay. So they
Okay, let me
actually
just say change everything I just said. The
there you go.
Pharah. The
Yes.
Pharah, you kind of need to be careful because I don't have GM aim. I can't, and even a Pharah, they can kill me before I can kill them most of
Sure.
the time. So you kind of gotta be careful of that. Um, careful the McCree stun, I guess. You know that
Okay.
sort of stuff.
McCree stun's probably not an issue for you because if you
Yeah,
look at
of
your team
course.
composition, you're running yourselves a what do we say here? We have a ball and
Yeah, they'll
a
use it on somebody
Sigma.
else
So, well,
for
it's not
me.
so much that, though. Yes, they will use it on ball. It's more your team isn't really interested in getting close to that. Like if you were Zen as part of a double shield comp that was interested in rushing the enemy team, like a Ryan Sigma or anything, you might get close to them. I don't think you're going to get terribly close to these guys. I don't think you're ever going to be close enough for flashbang to be an issue.
Yeah.
Um, so that's kind of what I'd think here. So I'm kind of looking at your comp and looking at their comp because we're more than 15 seconds in, so you can know their whole comp. And I'm thinking, okay, you need to respect their straight sight lines for Zen and McCree here, as well as Sigma to a degree, and you need to be aware of the vertical sight lines a little bit more for Pharah. Nothing too wild there. Just think about how you're positioning. Make sure that you can break straight sight lines, and if you can break vertical sight lines as well, even better. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Then back to our Zen. Okay, and you've got your harmony over there. Okay, you can't decide where you want that harmony. Are you trying to get it on Sigma here, or what are you looking to do with this?
I think the junk had taken some damage, right?
Okay, so
So
you were
that's
just
kind of why I
cycling it
was.
to heal the Junkrat. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, typically with the harmony of course, you want to kind of position on it who you think's gonna take damage, I guess, or if it's in kind of like the initiation phase like this, I guess.
Right. So in this situation, your Junkrat is potentially a good Harmony Orb target because he's, taking damage. Your Hanzo is good because he's going to be looking to sort of take poke fights, right? And he's going to open and
Yeah,
close angles, so he'll get good value out of it. And you've always got to be ready to cycle it back to your Ana because it's way better for you to heal her than her to self-heal. Her self-healing is
yeah,
really, really expensive. So nothing too crazy there. And then Ball is good with Harmony Orb. Actually, I forgot you had a Ball. Ball is great with a Harmony Orb in general here.
yeah, because he he takes damage. He goes and he
Exactly.
takes,
But it's not
and
going to
it charges
stay on
my ult as
him, so
well.
just be ready to go, oh, it fell off.
Yeah,
Let me
of
throw it
course.
back on my Hanzo or something. Okay. So you've won this fight, clearly. So
Yeah,
you can just play this safe, clean it up with, yep, make sure you get in your Discord. So I didn't like that charge there. Did you see how you were just started charging your volley while you were in the middle of the open, and then you ended up releasing like a 3-orb, and it wasn't because a target came into sight, it was on a target that was in sight the whole time? In fact, let's rewind and re-show that to you. So this target is in line of sight the whole time, so you shoot at it the whole time, which is good. And then you break line of sight and you go, okay, I'm going to start charging because I broke line of sight. And then I'm okay that you throw over there because you saw a threat, etc. But we're going to get less good this time. So that I can live with. You're peeking while you're still in your locked out animation, but this charge is kind of, not this one, excuse me, this one here. Your enemy is in sight of you this whole time, right? So you never
yeah,
broke line of sight, broke cover, did anything like that where you were gaining damage effectively by going, I'm going to charge up more orbs while I'm safe. You're not safe while you're charging the orbs, and then you throw these out at a target that you were never safe from when you started charging, and you do less DPS. You have less damage per second if you charge and then release orbs. You buy back into value by going, I'm not threatened while I'm charging orbs back here. So if you're going to be in line of sight the whole time, they should have just been left clicks, right?
yeah.
And you also can't be moving your Discord, and your Discord is a big deal. So, you don't want to constantly just be going, oh, I'm charging right clicks. You want to charge right clicks in somewhat more limited situations where, hey, I'm behind cover because there's a reason for me to be behind cover. Your straight left click DPS is better, plus you get more orb cycling stuff. So we'll see if that continues to be a thing, if you just did it a lot at the beginning, or if you continue to perhaps inappropriately favor your
It's
charges.
probably inappropriately favoring that because, I'll be honest, I haven't played Zenyatta or actually seriously played them for very long there.
Hey, I get it. I get it.
So I don't. It's kind of more random for me, I think.
So that's a good right click then that we did there. You went, hey, I'm going this way. I'm going to start charging my right click in case there's a target out here that I can throw the volley at. And you found a target and you throw it. You don't hit her for much, but this is the right thinking, which we first get the right thinking for the habit and then the mechanics follow.
And hitting afar as well is pretty
Yes, yes.
difficult as well. So
So you did have instinct here. Not instinct. Let's speed back up to get you there. You did have notice that D.Va was going to push forward, so I'm going to be difficult because this looks like it's becoming a thing. So that's fine. You have to do a reload here. You start shooting at him, that's good, and you start charging while nothing's in sight, that's fine. And you throw him at the D.Va, you hit some, nice crits there, that's great. But you could tell that D.Va was sort of pushing forward, so you reaching to start charging a right click here. Oh, I thought you started charging a right click there. Maybe you didn't. I'm fine then. I can be wrong. That's acceptable. Again, while your Sigma shield is up there, you can be doing the, hey, I want the more DPS of, doing the left clicks. Remember, the left clicks are
Yeah.
more total damage done, plus more Discord cycling, which is more team, not Discord cycling, but more putting the Discord where your team wants it, which is team total damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so ideally you'd have cycled back towards your Ana. Your positioning here was, let's go like this actually. Maybe we go through the wall over here. Okay, so you were stuck on the left, and the reason you were on the left was so you could, press the target so you had the best angle on them, and that's fine. That's actually good even. But as they started getting closer, as they started getting to about here-ish, and you could see your Sigma was in trouble, while your Sigma still had a little shield left as they were pushing up, it was right for you. It would have been correct for you to transition across here.
Yeah.
It gives you a worse angle, but you're going to get caught out here. The D.Va diving you was a yes, that's going to happen almost every time once they started taking space from your Sigma like that. So you just want to sort of, because you don't have Fade as that get out of jail free card, you want to more preemptively be thinking, who can push me? And if I get pushed, where am I going to go? And if you're preemptively thinking, if I get pushed, where am I going to go? You're going to go, maybe I want to drift a little closer to my Ana, or things like that.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're kind of get stuck here, I believe, in this for like a while.
Okay. That might just be staggers. We'll see. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
We also didn't really switch to kind of the bar for a while.
So your Sigma's choosing to take this fight, so you kind of feel like you're stuck in it, but do you really want to be poking at them right now?
Probably not, because it's like a 3v6.
Exactly. Couldn't have said
and
it better.
And there's a bar pressuring me from that angle as well.
And that would actually be the better thing. If you played right here and just said, I'm going to mark the Pharah, I'm going to keep the Pharah out, like I put my Harmony up on Sigma, or I heal Hanzo if he gets in trouble, but I'm just going to worry about checking the Pharah, and you do it from right here, where the rest of their team can't shoot at you. So your teammates are sort of making a mistake, and you have to sort of go, okay, I can't control my teammates, I'll have to live with them making that mistake, but you can play from this safe area while still helping them by contributing your Harmony orb, plus putting your Discord on Pharah and checking her with your own shots, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. And if you'd been doing that, you'd be hyper aware that was coming and she'd have fed.
Yeah.
Peace be upon you. Greetings. Peace be upon you. Greetings.
Gotta spam hello. It's the
There
only
you go.
right thing to
There you
do.
go.
Peace be upon you.
I disagree with that one because there was a Pharah on your screen that you could have been shooting at. You couldn't shoot it while you were helloing. And you don't see that Pharah, and its rocket sees you.
You know, that's why I'm not GM, because of my hello spamming. That's why I'm not type 500.
I don't know. I think Sinatra spammed a lot of hello.
Yeah, so actually, yeah, you're wrong. I'm taking advice from the pros here.
Okay. Should you still be in this fight?
Nah.
Does it matter whether you get this volley off or not?
No.
So just throw this volley to the right as you retreat. Leave. Your teammates are dead. Trying to help them is going to just get you to donate ult charge to the opposing team. As a support without high mobility, knowing when to cut bait on your team, good skill.
Repetition, the payload rests idle.
Okay, is your team in this fight?
Yes, we're kind of getting there, right?
Yep, based on what I've seen, this is kind of the best you're going to get from your team in terms of being in a fight. Technically, it's still a 4.5 v6, 5v6 with you
4.5,
here.
yeah.
I mean, you're not quite in yet, but this
No.
looks like, based on the last minute of play we've seen, about as good as you're going to get in terms of team fights. So you have trans. What are you looking to use trans on in these situations?
Well, since they're Farah, just use that. I probably don't need it.
Okay.
For that, typically, either I look at, for in this comp, Dragon or Flux
Okay.
for them.
Okay.
Either or.
Okay. So that's
Yeah.
fine. So it's perfectly fine if that's your plan of how to use Transcendence. I don't want to get more into Transcendence right now. I just wanted to know that you had a plan.
You should see my godly flank Transcendence usage. Yeah.
Okay, so you're dragoning you're trancing the dragon, and this is good because it potentially means, and they trans too, so you're potentially getting double value out of this because no one's gonna die during this. Oh no, that's your.
Yeah. I'm
mixing up Hanzo's. Never mind.
Hanzo has a new Transcendence ability.
They're shooting dragons at each other, and you're trancing. Okay. So your team didn't really push off of that, and you have someone critical up there, right?
Yeah.
I think you have someone critical up there. I think that's... Yeah, so ideally... Yeah, there's your ball. So ideally, you'd have used your immunity during Transcendence once people were out of the dragon. You're pretty fast during Transcendence, and if we rewatch this Transcendence...
The payload rests idle. Tranquility.
Okay. Is anyone taking damage from this dragon?
No.
So did we really need the Transcendence for this dragon?
Probably not.
Okay, so in an organized environment, if you decided we're just going to hard push through the dragon and like surprise them or something, that might be kind of cool. But here, you probably didn't need the trans, and it probably actually would have been better to let the dragon go and then like make your team push with the trans or to save your trans with the flux, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Not a big deal. But since you did pop the trans, is your Discord on anyone?
I don't believe so, no.
Discord is like 30 to 40% of Zenyatta's value, so it's really cool if you can have Discord on someone, also Harmony Orb, but especially Discord Orb on someone, before you pop trans. Like, it shouldn't like slow you down for a full second from popping trans, but it's something that you kind of go, hey, I'd like to have my Discord out before I pop trans. Like, it should almost be like EQ, if you sort of get what I'm saying. Yeah, there we go. So you go over there and choose to save your Hanzo with the last 3 seconds of your trance. But 3 seconds of trance... No, you couldn't have gone in and gotten your ball. So this was fine. Because you couldn't go in and get your... You couldn't go and get your ball and then get out. So we'll live with this. And this is a good use of charges. But now your shield's up, so now you can just be left-clicking, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
I probably don't, though.
Don't push forward to fight that Pharah, because by pushing forward, you open the angle for them to shoot you on this wall here. Now, there's no one on your screen, but I don't think you knew that when you pushed up to shoot at that Pharah, right? Because, like, from a step back, you could shoot that Pharah and you were safe. It was just a little harder shot because you were a step away. Whereas here, if there's someone up there, which you hadn't yet checked, you can get shot in the side of the head by them, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So, and I don't mean to make this a, oh, look at this micro situation, you were wrong. I just mean, let's go. I'm going to confirm like this. And you cannot see my epic pen drawing an X there, right?
I sadly cannot.
That's fine. So we'll instead just go, you want to understand that if you're fighting one threat that's on one angle, you don't want threats on another angle to also be able to see you if you can create a situation where they can't, right? If there's enemies in front of you and to the right, you're going to go, I'm going to make it so the enemies to the right can't shoot at me, and now I've got a fair fight with the enemy in front of me, as opposed to a, oh shoot, I can't look in both directions at once. Just, okay. Let's go like that again. So again, you're sort of pushing up here, and you don't need to be. And you probably see that where, hey, you're up here. Maybe that's still okay. But this is as far up as you would possibly want to go, and honestly, I think you're about a step and a half too far forward. Because, like, from here, you can shoot at the diva and you're doing work.
And I'm not threatened by them over there.
Exactly. Now, Sigma can, because Sigma cheats and his balls explode, but you've got the idea. You've put a wall between you and their Zen and their Sigma, so they're not doing damage to you, while you are doing damage to Diva, which is perfect.
Yeah.
These charges are fine. But you don't need to be this far forward. Like, you've got your ball between you and the enemy, but is anyone else between you and the enemy?
Not really, no.
And did these enemies, like, surprise you by coming in on a flank or dropping on you from above or something where your front line wasn't relevant?
The Pharah could.
The Pharah could, but, yes, the Pharah could. And if you were back here, let's pretend your Hanzo isn't here, or you were over here shooting past the cart and the Pharaoh just dropped from over here, that's sort of a no harm, no foul, right? Where it's like, yeah, your team couldn't protect you. Maybe you tuck in here and you go, or, you know, you tuck in here and you go, ha ha, Pharaoh, and you make her drop and you shoot at her. But, like, you being up ahead of your soldier, up ahead of your Sigma, it's needless greed, right? Like, it's greed where it's like, hey, you're already up in this fight. This is a 6v5. When you're leading in a fight, you want to take less risks. When you're behind in a fight, sometimes you have to take more risks to buy back in. Does that sort of track?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Cool. You can Discord her during your reload, and you wanted to be. You just kind of, like, looked away from her in the hope that, you know, if she's not on my screen, I'm not on her screen, and it's
I'm pretty sure that's what they do in Owl. I'm pretty sure that's the pro strategy.
Object permanence.
You've coached contenders. You've seen that.
I
They
have.
all look away.
I have.
And they just get disconnected from the match.
I have. It's true.
That's very quality aim for me right now.
So again, you probably wanted to look at the Pharah at that point. Not a super big deal, but you sort of looked away or you looked down as you went into this room. And even though you were, you know, in your locked out animation, you couldn't shoot her yet. You looking at her, actually, you simply looking at her puts her under more pressure and makes it harder for her to hit her shots. It's like, no, I see you. I see you. And
yeah,
it
you
actually
gotta assert the alpha. If you look at them long enough, they'll just leave.
Well, no, but it's like, you know, it's like 1% harder for them. but yes.
And they solo ult me.
No, there was an Ana there too. I mean, that was
Well, they could have killed both of us, man.
with one rocket.
Without
It's true.
ulting.
It's true.
Gold.
Overconfidence is a flimsy shield.
Quality rank.
Payload in motion stays. Whereas the payload at rest stays at rest.
Cover. Yep. Take cover while your shields heal back and cycle your orb. Yep.
Embrace.
I probably wouldn't have pushed through this back yet. There's no need to, right? Like, there's a Pharah on the other team, and now you, I think, have enough health to survive a direct. I think they're 140 without a mercy boost, and she doesn't have that. But, like, why be chancing this, right? Like, you get your shields back pretty quick, and your whole team isn't ready to rotate forward because your teammate just took damage with you, right? Like your soldier. So you could have stayed back here, harmonied him, waited the 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds for your shield to start generating, and then you both could have gone back forward. And it's not like that was going to delay the start of the fight in any way.
Yeah.
Or Ana. She got Hanzo'd.
My Sigma was complaining this whole game. He was like, I have a 93% win rate. If we lose this, it's your fault, everyone.
Okay. He should just learn to carry harder. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, we kind of lost that fight.
You did. There's some uptime stuff you've still got with your right clicks versus reloads, some early reloads, and some right click, and then you go to do it again type stuff. But we're gonna focus in on that a bit to get you a little better uptime while still keeping you safe.
60 seconds remaining.
Peek for the Harmony, get the Discord out. Good. I can live with that reload. Okay. Yeah, so I wouldn't be in such a... You're favoring the right clicks pretty hard here. Like, you were in a hurry to get to cover, and it almost feels like you're in a hurry to get to cover so you can get back to charging right clicks. Is that a fair assessment?
Maybe. I don't
Okay.
know. I'm not the assessor here.
That's fine.
I'm not the contenders coach.
Well, okay, fair. Former. So what I'd say is that looks like a mental habit that you have, and when cover's available, and when, hey, you're using cover because you're running from a flanker, you know, you rounded a corner, or you're going, okay, we're defending a choke that they need to walk through, so I'll just keep going behind cover charging, and then once I'm at 5 throwing it, and then I'll go... delay a half second and then I'll start charging again so that I'm throwing it at a different sequence. But you don't need to be, but you do get meaningfully higher DPS by taking the fight. So if we just look back at this, I'm going to show you what I mean. You're at full health. That guy's your friend.
Yeah.
The D.Va's not. There's nothing interesting in this direction. Look the other way. Like, I don't know how well you have the maps memorized. Some of this just comes to playtime, but you can probably back into here if this is where you want to go without looking, right?
I just wanted to look at the cool dragon animation.
Okay. I don't believe you, but that's okay. So... I'm thinking, unless you think there's an enemy back here that like, oh, I'm going to round this corner and I'm going to get shot, it's probably more likely that there's an enemy on your screen if you were looking the other way. And what do you know there is? There's a Hanzo that you could be shooting at. There's an Ana that you could be aware of. If you were looking this way, you could see a Sigma. So like being looking this way and going, I'm going to back into here would be better. I think you can probably do that, or you could have just gone, hey, this payload is good enough cover. The dragon's passing by, I'll go up to the payload, I'll scoot to the right, and I'll have that as cover. And that's going to be nice. Like, Hanzo's scary, so I don't mind if you go, okay, now behind the payload, I'm going to charge up 5 orbs, etc. But at the very least, I would like you looking in this direction where you think the threats are. Because I think what you're doing is you're going, I immediately want to start charging my right click, and I'm going to look over here because I want to get in here as fast as possible because this is a good place to charge my right click. And I don't want you prioritizing right clicks that heavily. Right clicks are fine, but like... Excuse me. Right clicks are fine, but it's also totally fine. If your Hanzo is shooting at your Sigma, it's totally fine to go... Let me scoot over here after the dragon's over, and I can tell if the Hanzo turns to look at me as opposed to my Sigma if I'm over here, right? And if that's the case, I can put out more damage and take more shots by left-clicking from over here than I can by right-clicking from over here. Does that make sense? Like, you can put out...
Yeah.
If you're getting like 20, 30% more damage done, that's worth a lot. And the safety of right-clicks is nice, but it's not... But I think you're favoring them too hard. If your positioning is good, and your awareness of where he's looking, like you can tell if he's looking at Sigma or looking to the left of Cart there, that's going to be, worth it. It's like, okay, I'm 10% less safe, but I'm doing 30% more damage. That seems like a good trade. And you weren't more safe by looking away. I mean,
Strategy.
So Sigma, well, he's discorded, so I'll deal. Oh no, that's the enemy Sigma. Yeah, there we go. I can mix up colors too. Okay. The enemy is retreating, and your guy just dropped a minefield. But how sure were you that he was going to drop a minefield?
How sure was I he was gonna drop a minefield?
Yeah.
I didn't really think he would. It
Okay.
seems kind of weird to alt
I agree.
after
It
everyone's already dead.
is kind
Or
of
like
weird to
retreating.
ult after
And then
everyone's
he
dead.
dies instantly here. He could have
So,
just lived.
if
This
he
is a VOD review for the hamster now.
Oh, okay. So if he hadn't minefielded, this Hanzo might have lived, and this Diva was up, and he's feeding. Okay. Where are you in relation to the rest of your team?
In front of them because I'm greedy.
And if this
I want
hamster
Prince.
dies, how many of your teammates are between you and the enemy?
The mines are mine. Mines are my team.
But we shouldn't have expected mines here. So I get it. Sometimes you'll do I'm going to get greedy and I'm going to take that extra step forward to get the Discord off because Discord has a limited range. But that should be followed by a pretty quick fade back, and you shouldn't be getting this greedy. That's a lot of
But
distance.
who can kill me here? Who can kill me though?
The Hanzo?
I killed the Hanzo.
No,
Hanzo
you
died.
didn't. No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. Somebody killed the Hanzo. He died. Go watch the thingy.
I will.
He died. He's
I see that he's dead, and what
He's
I'm going to
dead.
show you is I'm going to show you your positioning right when he died.
I don't think it's possible to have better positioning. Let's be real.
30 seconds.
It's statistically impossible.
Statistically impossible. What about physically possible?
I am literally a contenders player in disguise. This is a
If you're gonna big league me, you've got to be like I'm the Owl Commissioner. Come on now, I've coached.
I'm literally Jeff Kaplan right here.
Oh, there you go. Okay, that Hanzo is alive. That Hanzo is alive
Dead now.
with a Harmony Orb, so he's got a pocket, and he's got 4 of his friends that can see him. So
But
go ahead.
him and his friends are having a falling out, so
Well,
I
him
take
and
it
his friends have decided that hamster makes a better lunch than robot monk. But if you look at this,
that's a interesting sentence right there.
why not? So you did most of the damage and you had the Discord, so sure, I'll say that is your
Yeah.
Hanzo kill, and you'd have had him
Yeah,
even if
exactly.
you didn't. But you are a support. You've got a pretty long travel time to get back here. Your team did just cap, so if you die here, it's not the end of the world, but it does delay your team if you.
But Hanzo can't kill me because he's a scared. I saw it's game sense. He was running from me, so I say, oh, he's a scared child. So I use that to my advantage.
So you read him. So you
read
made
him.
the big
It's-
read that he wasn't going to turn,
It's-
strafe one of your shots, let his Harmony Orb heal him, and hit you in the head with a
It's
log.
called psychological game sense.
I love it. I love it. Okay.
Look it up in
So
the
our
dictionary.
psychological warfare zen is all over this.
Yes.
And then you push him to fight the Diva. Okay.
Yeah. I gotta assert my dominance over them.
Okay. You got the timing right on that, and that actually is the right use of this right here actually is the right use of a 5 orb, effectively. So I don't hate this. You'll see their Zen was planning to do the same thing though, and if he 5 orbs you, it'll be funny. But he
their
doesn't.
Zen is horrible. Their Zen, like me, never went.
This is early.
Unlike me, I mean.
You're peaking this
There-
early. You don't
What?
have 5 orbs yet. Go ahead.
I'll get the orb.
Right.
Get the orb.
I believe that you'll get the orb, but you're exposing yourself before you have the 5 orbs. Now you have the 5
Well,
orbs. Like,
I have the 5 orb
okay.
prediction.
Okay.
You're just like, I'm going to block this person after this goes.
No, it's-
I can't do this anymore.
It's fine.
These
I don't mind-
Kids, the Gen Zers.
The
coach
poor
some
Gen
freaking
Zers.
Overwatch.
The poor Gen Zers. It's okay. It's okay. So this is good. You've got your card in play. You know where your Ana is. Is your Discord out on anyone? Yes. Yes, it is. So this is a pretty good checklist. You have someone in your line of sight, though, so you should... Okay. Why are you charging right now?
To do damage.
There's a better answer than that.
Because I'm Yeah.
No, there's actually a good reason to be charging right now. What enemies are actually visible to you right now?
The big boys. There's kind of something blocking it, but there's
There's a
Mr.
Sigma.
Sigma. There's a Sigma.
And that's like a Genji popping deflect, where you go, okay, well, I can't shoot you while you're popping that, so I might as well charge and then throw 5 orbs or 4 orbs or whatever at you when it's done, since I can't throw orbs at you right now. So this is a good time to be charging orbs, even though there's an enemy on your screen. See, I mix in trick
Exactly what I
questions here.
said.
Yeah, there
Oh,
you go.
yeah.
There you go.
Our Baldus is feed. You'll see some really quality positioning happen in a second here.
Okay.
Really good, so really don't die. 'Cause I'm an idiot.
So that's good. You prioritize the soldier for the orb. I don't like the direction that you drifted, though.
No,
Which
I should have went to the other side. I watched it
Yes.
back. I should have went to the other side, and I die here. Actually.
Okay.
This is a really good decision.
It's all good. It's all good. We all make bad decisions. As long as you recognize the better positioning, I don't have an issue.
The cycle begins anew.
Oh god, I'm worried we're not gonna have enough time to see my epic flank.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Owie. You still had 130 health, man. Like, okay, you had the shield up, so I'll live with it. But oh no, they had the shield up. You didn't even have the shield up.
Anyway.
Okay, so this is actually good positioning right here. And why is this good positioning?
Because I have the wall to fall back on if the soldier goes high ground, which he does.
Right.
And-
You can tuck here to block out the high ground. The wall is already blocking out the enemies, but you have
Yeah.
one enemy that is in your line of sight that you can go, yeah, I'll discord and shoot you. So this is
Yes.
what you want to be doing.
This is what contenders play with.
That looks like an early reload, though.
Why do you hate my reload?
Because it's downtime. You'll notice a big thing of what I'm getting for you is you have a lot of downtime, and it's unnecessary downtime. Where like you're charging orbs in the open, which lowers your DPS, so that's just increasing your downtime. And extra reloads can decrease your downtime too. So let's slow it down now. Oh, maybe... Is this the wrong reload, or was I just wrong and it was a perfectly reasonable reload?
I think it was perfectly reasonable.
Okay.
No, that was not reasonable.
Yeah, that one wasn't. You shot 2 orbs and then reloaded again. That's the reload I was looking for.
It's because I play Moria. I never need to reload on Moria.
Yeah,
It's
so
like-
not a big deal, but I think you're losing a lot of contribution to fights. Between some of your orb charging when you shouldn't be charging it out in the open,
Yeah.
between some of you not looking at enemies, and now we've got a reload. So I'm kind of putting it all under this umbrella of your contribution is lower than it could be, and if we can crank out 30 more DPS for you, 30% more damage for you, that's going to be a big deal in moving you up, right?
Yeah.
With preferably without putting you in front of your entire team.
Okay, watch this epic flank. This is my first of many.
I'm good. Now leave. Leave. You no.
We got it though. We
You
got
did. You
We
did.
got it, and my team only almost died. It's
But
my
that's what I'm
DPS
talking
Moria.
about. Where like the flank to kill the Zenyatta was good because it was like an even fight, right? So I'm gonna break this fight open with this. The Ana is like
Yeah.
you're putting yourself in danger. You're drifting forward in a fight where you're already up, and it's like no,
But
now
then
it's too big a risk.
Okay, it's not for the team. It's for me getting 2 kills on the leaderboard. The kill board.
I see.
It's for the ego boost.
There
the
you go.
God complex.
There you go. Yeah, you're in front of your team, but you think McCree is a shield, so...
I'm gonna. He's a meat shield.
Hey, at
got
least
the-
you were using him as a meat shield. You were doing a pretty good job of
He's
keeping
got the
him between you and the
25
enemies.
HP buff. He's very chunky now.
So you were charging that 5 orb while looking at the choke, and again, you can just be to the left there, or to the right there, with the wall
Yeah.
sort of in the way, and then peek at the last half second
Don't
to
put
aim.
myself in unnecessary danger.
Exactly. Even though no one was there yet, there's going to be someone there, and Hanzo can peek that with an arrow because that's what Hanzos do. End safely. End safely. Okay.
Do you think I should have started that translator though?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Because like the dragon didn't really like come out there.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
so you don't have to trans every dragon. You don't have to trans every dragon, but if you're going to, you can just your trans is gonna save people who have already taken damage from a dragon. If memory serves, trans is 300 health per second, and dragon maybe
Is
even boosted
12.
is like 240 damage per second or something. So even if you trans when someone's at half health, they can't die to the dragon, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So if that's the case, that becomes you can be a little more picky on, is this dragon a threat? No, it's not. And that becomes good because it means, okay, the dragon maybe checks your trans, but if trans lasts for 6 seconds and you only have to trans the last 2 seconds of dragon, your team then has 4 seconds of having transcendence, while the opposing team doesn't have anything going, right? So that's almost 4 seconds of invincibility for the team. So yeah, if you can do that, that's fantastic.
Then this would have been way better to trans.
That would have been a way better trans. Well, not only would that have been a better trans, they would have had to delay that, because if you'd transed with only a second or 2 left of the dragon, they'd have gone, shoot, we can't do this for 5 more seconds, right? Because he's not going to flux while you're transing. And during 5 seconds, your team might get a kill because the other team is kind of running scared, etc. And then he's ulting from a worse position.
Score 0-2.
Zenyatta, I must admit, I didn't
Oh no, not. Oh god. I made a very bad play here.
Did you now? Did you?
I did make a very. It's very bad.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
So there's your Pharah, your Mercy, your Sigma. You have an off angle, but you have the off angle that Hanzo's gonna peek. I don't hate this positioning, but I don't like it either. Yeah.
Well,
So
like immediately give it up when I die.
oh, yeah. You mean drop to the right? Surely you mean drop to the right.
Nope. I 1v1 the flanking soldier.
Do you hear those footsteps to your left?
I saw him go, but like look around me. I have people here. I have 2 people on
That's
the
fine.
background.
That's fine.
I thought we
Peek
were
it.
gonna
Peek
push
it.
him.
Peek it.
Why not push him? Why not push him?
Oh, okay. They didn't push him.
Why not have our team push him? I thought they were behind me, and they just leave me. I thought they were behind me. Like, that would have been such an easy kill. We would have killed the DPS.
Yeah,
You would've died.
I'm not really upset with you about that one. The truth is, you still could have been like, hey, soldier, here's a harmony orb. You go first. And I'll peek with the 5 orb. Whereas you were like, no, I'm gonna push you in front, etc.
I
Like,
got him low though. I did get
You
him
did.
this man low.
you did.
I get him low. I get him rather low.
Let
But
other
he
people
gets
be your
me
tanks.
lower for-
Treat him like the McCree. Let him be the meat
Yeah.
shield.
I need a meat shield.
Oh, and then the soldier comes back.
Yeah, then he comes in. Then he's like, oh, now I'll come. And he doesn't kill him either. He doesn't even kill him.
But you notice how he came back? Their soldier came back with a harmony orb and was then happy to go take the fight.
Yeah, but our soldier left. He could have came with me. He could have said, Zen, let's do this. Let's go be gamers this entry.
And I'm sure you were screaming on comms, push soldier, the whole time.
Yeah, I was screaming at him. I was absolutely livid.
No, I meant in a constructive way. Like, as it was happening, you're like, push soldier with me, push soldier. I'm yeah.
Alright, watch me die in 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah. So you're peeking that way too predictably. Like, you don't get to peek it that many times. I mean, you saw what happened there, right? And you also want to
predict my movements.
You also want to vary your timings, where it's like, I'm going to charge up a 5 orb, then shoot it. Then I'm going to unpeak, and now I'm going to wait half a second, and then I'm going to start charging up my 5 orb, so that if the opposing Zen is mirroring me, he can't read my timing. And, same with the logs that come this way from Hanzo, etc.
Yeah. Hanzo's all luck, no skill. Literally all luck. 100%.
Well... I mean, I could agree with you, but I've had to coach Hanzo, so...
And you tell them it's all luck. Just become lucky and we'll be good Hanzo.
So this is good. Just do damage. You have your team between you and them. Just shoot. Yeah, so I'd have just kept shooting. You have a lot of team between you and the enemy. It's going to be hard for a
I didn't.
shot to find its way through to you. And if it does, you just go back behind this and start charging while your shields recover, right? Cool. So this is just downtime, the type of thing I was talking about. And now you've separated yourself from your team. It's been nice knowing you. You are not getting out.
I'm alive. I get out. I get out because we have a Mei. We have a Mei one trick.
Okay. A Mei one trick who was playing something else last round.
Okay, yeah. They're a Mei one trick, but occasionally they aren't. We call it flex player.
Ah. I think we call that a Mei specialist.
I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Okay.
I think I know.
So
the
that was
Overwatch
perfect.
one,
You
too.
see, you had the 5-orb charged and you threw it at. This is the choke that I know they have to walk through at some point. So I'll just kind of keep varied timing, throwing 5 orbs, and you didn't hit all 5 of them, but that's just you haven't figured out your prediction yet. But that was conceptually the right idea.
Hey man.
And then you convert
say
into
my
left clicks.
mechanics are bad now, but wait till you see my flank.
No, I don't have an issue with your mechanics. I have an issue with you pushing in front of your Sigma and going, I want him!
Well, that's just my greediness.
It's great.
Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. This is where. It
Is your
happens.
team in this fight? Is your team in this
Hey,
fight?
hey, wait, just wait. You'll be so confused on how I don't die. Oh, I get him. Oh,
I
I'm
like
dead.
it.
Okay.
I like it.
And then I abandon my hog. I run.
Why
from
would you
it.
do that? Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
and
so
then
go
I
die on
run.
cart at least. No, just now at this point you just hide. At this point you just hide until the team's
no,
ready.
Don't die. That's not professional play. Okay, watch this. No, they don't come after me. Wait, just watch this. Just watch how many I get. I literally am insane here. Okay, watch. Just watch. Just watch.
Imagine
me.
how much work your team could do if there was a transcendence on top of cart as they all
Imagine
came
how
back.
much work I could do right now when you see this. Okay.
I
he
mean,
comes
that's
after me.
2.
Oh,
Holy cow.
and then I get the Sigma. And into the Transcendence. Oh, the flank, yada.
4 kills into a transcendence and you hold the cart. You know what? So much is wrong with that, but I'm just gonna be like, yes, good on you.
Hey man, it works. And then another. 5 kills.
I actually don't mind that one as much, and do you know why I don't mind that one as much?
Because I needed the 5k.
No. Let's get serious for just a second.
Okay,
Do you know why I don't
No.
mind you going and fighting the Hanzo very much there?
No.
Okay, so the reason is because you've already won the team fight, so that Hanzo is poking, in your mind, into what? A 1v5, a 1v4, a 1v6,
Yeah.
something in those
Even
ways.
if I die, I can get back before they can.
Exactly, and the
completely.
cart is in a place where your respawns are faster than his, and you're going to be back right as, even if he gets a kill
Yeah.
and then leaves, you're going to be back about as his team is ready to push his 6. So that's why that one was pretty okay, even though it wasn't actually a 1v3 or a 1v4, because your team was like, nah, we're just going to chill back here on cart. You expecting it to be was reasonable, and if you were wrong, it was still safe. So that's why I'm not upset with you for that one, like I was, we'll just say, disappointed when you're pushing up ahead of your Sigma to go fight him.
My Sigma's just a wimp. He is a sheeple of the world.
Well, you don't have a, yeah, you just don't have Sigma, never mind, you just have the Hog Sigma. Discord it? Oh no, they broke the hook. Stand left clicks, now you can go right, yep. Just let Discord fade. Please don't peek with Discord. Oh, you're scaring me, man. But you do want to transition back up.
This back.
What's that?
I've watched this part back.
Okay.
And I've realized.
This is okay, but you're peeking early. You understand how you're peeking early, sort of
Yeah.
looking for targets that you can hit a second from now, and you can just go, if you're charging right clicks like that, you need to stay peeked until the or stay under cover until the last half second, and then you peek out, and within half a second you find and shoot at your target. And if there's no target there, that's okay. You release a 5 orb into a place that maybe a target will walk out to. Does that track?
Yes.
Cool. Because you're spending too long. Like, if you're going to be in the open as long as you are, you should just be shooting left clicks. Again, if you look away from the enemies, they stop shooting at you thing. Not real.
But okay, you might say that, okay, if you didn't do your flank play and do into your transcendence and just let yourself die, you would have won that fight. But I argue against that.
Hey!
For many reasons. I looked at it. I was in preparation to get scolded.
There you go.
But when he popped the ults, the transcendence, the dragon killed us.
I get
the
it.
Transcendence would have been over.
I get it.
I really need to defend my honor here.
Hey!
My flank
Hey,
plays.
anytime you go, hey, I'm gonna flank and kill 4 people, it's just sort of like, you know what, it's not worth me touching it and telling you why it's wrong, because it's just like...
It worked!
It
We
did.
would have lost that fight.
It did.
But in like any higher elo, I would have been pursued and died instantly.
It's all good. Good. You're dead. Oh, you're not dead.
I
Okay.
have aim.
Okay. Poor D.Va. Now she's dead. Yep.
That's why I love Zenyatta. You can just 1v1 a tank and you win.
Yeah. If the D.Va, wastes half their defense matrix before they start fighting you. But yeah.
Of course. Yeah. The D.Va sucks, and yeah.
So again, you fired at an angle that you were looking at the whole time there. You see what I'm saying, right?
I could have just been spamming.
You could have just been spamming it, or if you wanted to fire at that angle, you could have drifted to the right so that there was no angle on you for the enemies, and then drifted back in the last half second.
This was very bad. If I transcend the throw, I would go on. To save the margin.
Yeah, that would have been good, but hey, it's not the end of the world. I'm not super worried about your transcendences, honestly, at this point. Like, we could improve them, but I'm much more worried about your downtime.
Yeah, so when I stop that, I just instantly become GM, right? That's what it is.
You gain 300 SR. How's that?
I think you mean 2,000.
Not sure why you were charging a right click there. No!
What? Yes!
You see the issue, right?
I see no issue, sir.
Okay. As long as you see/don't see the issue that I'm complaining about here, where you could be one step to the left charging this right click, it'd be much safer. Yeah, and you really...
Buddhist monk.
Yeah, and if you're sending off a lot of 2 and 3 orb charges, you're really falling behind. Like, those are really not doing you any favors. It's almost not worth charging if you're not going to get to 5 or at least 4 orbs. Okay, if you get pushed, is there anyone on the opposing team who could push you and make you want to run for cover right now?
D.Va.
Okay.
Pharah,
Yeah.
Hanzo.
So yeah,
Literally
there are.
anyone.
Where would you go for cover in this situation?
I would fade into the nice. I'd walk to more
This.
quickly.
So this is your best retreat path, and I've got to tell you, if I'm Pharah, let me rephrase that. If a gold player is Pharah, you're dead. Like, a gold player can look at that and go, there's just no way for you to get to cover. If Pharah, who is, by the way, right here, shifts out to here and goes, your retreat path is extremely predictable. I'm going to send one rocket just to the right of you and the other rocket further to the right of you, and you're dead. And like,
Most
there's
Pharah players don't think that way. You're overestimating the goals.
okay, maybe I am, but we're making it so that you can fight Diamond
Better
Pharah players.
You mean GM when I hit GM tomorrow?
Yes, yes. We are getting you on the way to fighting GM Pharah players.
I'm gonna hit
I say
GM.
GM
You're
Pharah
like,
players,
wow,
but
we
there are
did
no
it.
GM Pharah players. They've all swapped Techo. I kid.
No,
There's-
Yanza.
I know.
He's on yet.
I know. I
Doesn't
know.
he play Echo now instead though?
He did go put Pharah, he did go become the top Pharah first. But yes, more Echo. Okay, so again, you're charging in the open there. Now you're shooting, that's better. Now you're charging, and now you open it, and that one was pretty good. I'd have liked you to cut it a little bit closer with when you opened it, but that one overall was good. Very good compared to most of what we're seeing. Perfect, that D.Va's feeding. Of course, she's feeding because she has a self-destruct, which she's going to get a kill with. That's a little sad. So you realize, how you could have actually killed that Pharah?
I could have. Okay, I'm gonna tell you. I could have trans, and then the rocket would have killed them.
Yes. Yes. As long as you know
I
that,
saw
I'm
that,
happy.
and Car Q
Yep.
had Zenyatta tricks for every hero.
Ah.
Okay, you think the game is over here, but no, I saved it from certain death. We do still lose, but
I was gonna
saved
say
it.
there's only a minute left, so.
We saved it. I'm literally the only reason we won this fight. I'm the only reason.
Oh! Oh! You could have saved him, man! You could have.
I wanted him to die so I could get all the credit for my kills. Watch this. Watch this. Ooh.
Do you know why it works when you go behind the enemy like this?
Because they have no awareness, because they're gold.
Yes, but the other thing that it highlights is how powerful off angles are. This is the enemies can only look in one direction at a time, right? So if
Yeah.
they're looking over there, they're not paying as much attention to over here. And that's actually why your flank down here was so good, because they were all looking at your allies here, so you go, aha, I'm going to shoot you from here, and that actually becomes a pretty good in general type way of playing. This one isn't perfect because if they do push you, you have such a long retreat to rejoin your team. Like there's nowhere you can go that's safe. But in general, if your team is over here, if you can go, hey, I'm going to play from here and I can still Harmony Orb my Ana and people just fine, or I'm going to go here and I can shoot people and I just peek back every 3 seconds to keep my Harmony Orb active or something, you see how that wouldn't be as powerful as being back here where they just can't see you, but it's a lot safer because you can shoot at your team if they push your team can shoot at you if they push you, and you can retreat back into your team pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And by this time, where I got those 2 kills, people were already in the voice out, like they were like, GG,
Oh yeah.
we've lost.
Oh yeah.
But I was the savior.
Okay.
I mean, we still lose, but we lose the game. We don't lose the fight.
You got a Harmony out. Do you have a Discord out yet? You got a Discord out. Keeping cover. Good.
I think the only reason we lost this game is because they switched back to Pharah, and we had a junk sim, and we could not kill them. I mean, not like lost this last fight. I mean.
Oh yeah.
Not the game. But.
Keeping her honest is a pretty good use of your time, but you do want to keep checking. If you can't get Discord on her, make sure you can have Discord on someone, because you not having your Discord out is a lot of lost value. Okay, now it's out. That's good. Charge, charge, charge. There you go. Yeah, you can't just ignore the Pharah. I get it. You're going, hey, do this. And it actually is good. Who's your next Discord target? Tell me now.
Wow. Either probably the D.Va or the Hanzo. The monkey looks like he's going on the Hanzo.
Right. So Hanzo Monkey versus Hanzo at that range, if the Hanzo is discorded, is a really good matchup. And the Sim would rather be on the D.Va, but the Hanzo is closer to the Sim, and Sim has range issues. So yeah, the Hanzo is the right Discord. What's the other acceptable Discord option?
The D.Va?
No.
Maybe? What? The Farah
Yes.
is above me.
Yes. You can close this angle, but even having the Discord on her is going to cause her to flinch a little. It's going to cause her to be less willing to peek over here and do this or drop down here and do this. You follow what I'm saying? So those are the things I want you to be aware of. Really, though, as soon as you get this first kill, you need to realize, hey, I'm probably the one who has to deal with the Pharah because it's me or Sigma, and my Sigma's a feeder. Yeah, there you go.
think Sigma feeds?
Well, no, I think you called Sigma a coward. Excuse me. Your ball
Sigma
feeds,
is
your
a
Sigma's a
coward.
coward. That's how you had it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you have no idea
I
where that
know.
Pharah is, and you are very dead.
I'm dead. To be fair, it isn't really my job to deal with the Farah.
Except it's become your job based on your team's comp swaps. And you aren't expected to kill her, but putting enough pressure on her to not feel like she can go take good spots becomes the thing. You may never confirm a kill on her, but you can go, nope, there's a Discord on you, you don't want to come in close. Or nope, if you come here, you take an orb of damage. And yes, it gets healed up by the Harmony Orb, but you make her uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's the goal.
That might have been a little creepy, but you know. The robot monk makes the Egyptian girl uncomfortable. Okay.
So overall, I played like a top 500 contenders player
That's
there.
definitely what I saw. So
Yeah.
what do you think are your biggest takeaways here? I've definitely got what I think, and I've probably shown my hand pretty hard. But what do you think are your biggest paths to improvement from this game?
And I do too much chargy and too downtime. No more. I need to do more shooty.
So
I
that's
have
sort
too
of
much
true.
downtime.
You do have downtime, and I don't mind downtime, but the downtime has to serve a purpose, right? Like if you're charging up when
Yeah.
you're behind a wall, that's fine. But if the fight's going on and you have a friendly Sigma shield in front of you, you don't need to go behind a wall and start charging things. Just start sending left clicks through it.
Yeah.
Things like that, right? And we can see the reload. But mostly and if you find yourself doing a lot of charges and releasing 2 and 3 orbs with your charges, I promise you're doing too many right clicks in general, and it's time to go, okay, let me control for these a little more, let me play a little more left click Zen, etc. And we'll find a better equilibrium like that. And that's actually going to be worth a lot because you can get, you could get 15 to 30%, depending on your aim, more damage out of getting rid of some of those left clicks, or out of some of those right clicks that are unnecessary. And when you are going for those right clicks, because you did have good ones, you had a good one when they were trying to come back and re-enter seconds, you got a good right click. You had right clicks that I was fine with on third when they needed to push back into third. So you're going to find you most want to use them after you've won a fight and they need to push back in. Those are when I'm saying your good right clicks are. Even on third, I don't think you hit someone with that, but it was a good right click, but you could have made it better by having that angle closed and then opening it at the last half second, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So basically, I fixed that and I'm T500.
Yes, T500 minus 3700. I mean, no.
Wow.
No,
Yeah,
more like
believe in
minus
me.
minus 2300. But hey, you do that, you're good. That's going to be a big thing. You can of course have some awareness of, hey, I have to deal with things like the Pharah. You could have a little reload stuff. We could talk about transcendences, but honestly, none of those are really the thing. The thing that I'm going to say is object permanence. The enemy doesn't stop existing because you stop looking at them. So, look at enemies when you can. If you don't have a wall between you and an enemy, you should be looking at the enemy, not going, oh, let me look away while I reload or while I start charging or something like that.
Become the alpha.
Exactly. Alpha Zenyatta.
Yeah.
You got it.
So I'm gonna become famous after this, right? Because you're gonna post it on your YouTube channel.
Yes, I am gonna post this on my YouTube channel.
So I'm famous. Now.
You got it. If anyone, just for the YouTube, if anyone else wants a lesson, you guys can reach out onto me on Discord, YouTube comments, or any of those things, Twitter. And you know the drill. And you too, after working with Coach Temporal, can get 4K flank Yada kills. Coach Temporal will not be encouraging 4K.
And become top 500 contenders after one lesson.
That's not how it works. There's no guarantee. No money back guarantee.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to end this one here.